Lawrence here. Today we're going to talk about carrying a gun concealed in your car. Now, I've been carrying concealed since it's been legal in my state, and because I can't take my gun into my office building because of the office policies, I have to carry the gun in my car. I have to leave it in my car during the day, which means as I'm traveling around, the gun's either on me personally, in my pocket or on my hip or however I'm carrying that day, or it's here in my car. So today we want to look at some ways that you can carry your gun in your car, and then you can pick what works for you given your circumstances. So first of all, let's talk about some pretty straightforward ideas. Most cars have a pocket down in the door, and with the pocket down in the door, it's easy to just put the gun in a holster right here in this pocket. Now this one has got some maps in it and some other things, and it feels like there's some Kleenex down there, but you can also just stash your gun in a holster, of course, and then when you get ready to leave, you can just put your holster on, or if you're just want to put it, if it's a pocket holster, you can just take it out and slide it into your pocket. Now, of course, you have to be a little discreet about it, but that's one way to do it. Or if you need to get the gun quick because you're in trouble, somebody's attacking you, they're trying to, you need to bail out in a hurry, you can just reach down, grab the gun, take it out of the holster, and take off. And so you've got a pretty good option here of just grabbing this gun. Now, will it bounce around a little bit? Oh, maybe, right here. But not too bad. You don't really see it, and it's not visible from the outside of the car. And you can grab it if you have to. There's one. There's one way. Let's talk about some other ways. Now, if I'm exiting my vehicle, I can also be wearing a jacket, of course, or happens to be a vest. And if I've been carrying my gun and I carry it in a vest pocket or something like this, I can just continue to carry that way. And in fact, I'm not really taking it out and putting it in the car. I just simply am able to open this up and grab the gun out. And of course, in this configuration, this is a jacket that's basically got a built-in, there's a place for a mag pouch right there, actually 3 mag pouches right there, and you can just slide the gun in the pocket and Velcro it closed. Now that way you don't ever have to take the gun out. You can just carry it this way all the time in a vest or some kind of a jacket that's made for a gun, and it's just this easy to reach in and get it out. So that makes it easy. And in this pocket, when I'm in the car like this, and I've got my seat belt on, the seat belt is across here, the seat belt's across here, but I still have a pretty good ability, of course I can still be driving, I've got a pretty good ability to just pull this open and pull the gun out, and I've got the gun and I'm still driving. So I can do that too, because of where it is in this particular vest. So that's an option. Now, of course, you have to buy a vest that works that way, but that's a good, always a good thing to have, especially if it's chilly. Now this one actually has there's some places for other things in here too. It's a tactical vest. If you want to walk around looking tactical, this is okay. You do look a little tactical, so you choose, and how you want to do it. to show you this carry option, I'm sitting obviously in the passenger side because the way the cameras are sitting, I would be blocking what I want to show you. But a lot of people like to carry their gun if they, for example, like me, I can't take it into my place of business, but I can keep it in my car in the parking lot, then I can keep it in a lockbox here between the console. So this lockbox enables me to have pretty quick access to it, and it's connected by this cable which goes down and around, loops around where the seats are bolted onto the frame of this car. So it's really not going to go anywhere. People aren't going to steal it very easily, and it's quite secure. Now this is this is the $20 version I got at Walmart. It just has a scroll. You just scroll the lock number into the right position, and then you turn it and you open it up. Now you have access to your gun. In fact, this is a full-sized, now this is a plastic training gun, but it is a full-sized replica of a SIG P220 45 ACP, and you have room for a 45 magazine as well. Of course, you could have one in the gun and you could have a spare one besides. So if you need to pull your gun out, you can do that. And in this type of position, you can carry a full-sized gun and without any problem. So this is a good option. I actually use this option every day because, like I said, I carry my gun, but I can't take it in my office building. So when I get to the office building, I just open this up, put it in, lock it up, leave it in the car. And that works, okay? The other option is your traditional carrying the gun in the glove box. And if you carry it in your glove box, of course, then you're going to have to reach over from the driver's seat to do that. And I'll come around out of the driver's seat and demonstrate how that works, or the difficulties you have with that. Oh, before I leave, this also sits on top of my gun here, or very close to it, and this is a bug-out bag. This is a bag that I can put on around my waist. It's a hip pack, basically. In here is flashlight, extra ammo, knife. I could put a water bottle in here if I wanted, some candy bars. I could put anything in here I needed. As I'm exiting the vehicle, if I have to leave it and abandon the vehicle, I can take the gun, I can take the bug-out bag. I could actually have another cell phone in here if I wanted to, an old cell phone that I could use to dial 911. And it's not very big, it's just a hip pack. It's also set up to be used as a holster as well. So I could actually have another gun in here and one in the lockbox. But anyway, I have this with me every single day. It sits right here, right on top of my lockbox. Let me come around now and we'll talk about how to get to some of these other holsters from the driver's seat. Here we are, back in the car. Now, we've already talked about having the gun on your person. And we've already talked about having the gun on the center console in a lockbox. Okay? Now let's talk about a couple other options that you can get to from as a driver. Now the next one is getting to a pistol or a revolver, a concealed gun that is in the glove box, and that's, people have a tendency to want to throw one in a glove box, and that's okay, but there's some issues with that, especially while you're driving. So you're driving down the road, you have a need to get that gun, now you've got to reach over, and this is not a real big car. Imagine if you had a full-size pickup, it'd be further reach. You've got a pretty good reach to open this up and grab that gun. Now once you open it up and grab the gun out, you pull it out of the holster, and now you've got a gun, you're ready to go. And this is a little J-frame snubby. But, you know, most people are, you know, coordinated enough they could probably keep driving and do that. But it does give you a pretty good reach as you're getting down here. That is, and yeah, but it is accessible if you got somebody in the passenger seat. That does work good. So you could have the passenger access this gun, and then of course, you know, you might have your own gun right here, which would be nice. So there's the gun. Now always, always, always keep these in a holster. Keep these in a holster. It'll keep them from getting jostled around, keep anything out of the trigger, keep the gun in better shape. So there's. Now there's also some other options, and one here is this, which is kind of cool. It attaches to your it attaches to your visor, and you can hang a gun right here, and you just simply, you know, pull this apart, reach in and get the gun right there. So if you're driving into the western, driving west in the evening or the afternoon, you got the sun in your eyes, you know, you got it down already, or you're driving east in the morning, you got it down already. So now really all you got to do is just break that Velcro and pull out the gun, and you know, you got the gun out here if you got somebody trying to shoot at you. There it is. So anyway, this works, you know, reasonably well. It is a little more visible. If the gun's very heavy, you might have to tighten up your visor, otherwise it'll droop down. But you know, that could work. That could work. So we've talked about some different options here for carrying concealed in your vehicle. There is another one though. Now these are legal carry in many states that have legal concealed carry. You can carry a gun in your vehicle, loaded gun in your vehicle, whether it's here on the visor, whether it's in the glove box, in a lock box, in the, you know, in the side door pouch, whatever it is. Now you'll have to check with your state to see what's legal in your state. In my state though, it is legal to carry in all these positions loaded. In fact, I could carry all these guns and carry a small armory around with me. Not to mention I could have a long gun in the back, which we've done a video on already. But even in states where you cannot carry a loaded gun, or maybe you don't have a permit, in my state, for example, if you don't have a permit, it's always legal, always, no matter what, to carry a gun in a container, a closed container, unloaded. So let's take a look at that option now. Okay, now for this option, you might have to stop your car and get out, but you can always carry a gun in a case, okay, and get it out. Of course, you'd have to load it, so you load it up, and now you've got a gun that's loaded if you need it. Now you can always carry a holster somewhere, so you could drop this gun easily in a holster. You could have the holster even down here beside of it, and now you could put on your holster and drop your gun in the holster. So this is, in most places, always legal. Now we're talking about free states here, and not socialist Marxist states like California, New Jersey, New York, you know, those kind of places. So we've talked about a lot of options here for carrying concealed in your vehicle. All of these are potential. There's probably as many more as you can dream up. Just remember though that you want to be safe. You want to make sure that your gun stays in place, that it's not discovered. If you've got a car full of kids, well, then you're going to have to consider that. Now, I don't have that because my kids are gone. They're all grown and gone. but I do need to consider that if I've got my grandkids with me. So are these options good options? Well, maybe. Depends. If it's just you and you don't have kids or other people in your car who could fiddle around with them, well, then you make that judgment on your own. Maybe the safest thing is to keep the gun on you in some kind of a vest or in a holster of some kind where you have control of the gun at all times. But for those other times, well, the lockbox works pretty good. I could leave my grandkids, in the car while, I'm out pumping gas or something, and they don't know how to get into here. I don't tell people the combination, so as long as this lockbox is locked, nothing's going to happen. So anyway, I hope this has been good to give you some ideas about how to do this and how to carry and some things to think about. So I guess we'll say